Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Raw, and we are picking up this evening off the back of what was a momentous occasion at WWE Domination. What an evening it was, and business is about to pick up as the GM of Monday Night Raw and one of our principal owners, Dan, is on his way down to the ring. And I think it's quite easy to say he is the happier of the two owners and of the two GMs. Raw dominated at WWE Domination and proved once and for all they're still the flagship show. They are still the elite. Let's find out what he has to say. It's almost as if Dan read my mind, and yes, he is correct. This is the home of the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Kevin Owens. And he just had a little pop there at Darren as I was continuing to brag about how good Monday Night Raw is, but at the same time championing Smackdown's cause. And again, reading my mind, the elite show that Raw is. And oh my god, he's just letting us know that all the champions have been given the night off, and Kevin Owens and Sasha Banks have duly accepted, and Jericho, though, wants to be a fighting champion here on Monday Night Raw. And it would seem that Dan agrees and likes the fact that Chris Jericho wants to defend that title, and he's going to defend it tonight against Tyler Breeze, who won last night. And oh my god, it's going to be a huge main event, a ladder match this evening, ladies and gentlemen, and Dan is going to continue to break the mould, to continue making Raw amazing. It looks as though we've got tag team action on the way tonight as well, with a chance at facing off against the guys over on Smackdown, American Mavericks. And it would appear that the Union are still favoured by Dan, and a returning team. Two returning teams tonight are going to face off against one another with the chance to face the Union for a number one contenders match. And now we're being told as well we're going to have a number one contenders match tonight here on Raw for the women's champion, Bliss, Bayley, Emma, all with a chance to face off against Sasha Banks next week here on Raw. Oh my god, what a show we have in store tonight. Dan has set the mark again, breaking the rules, forgetting the boundaries. Smackdown have a hell of a hard time living up to what we've got going on here on Raw. Welcome back to Raw, ladies and gentlemen, and what a momentous announcement we have just received from Dan, opening the show, letting us know the landscape of Raw for the next couple of weeks. It is going to be an exciting time, and we are starting this evening with a huge number one contenders match to the WWE Women's title that now finds itself on Raw after Sasha Banks beat Paige in what was arguably match of the night at WWE Domination. She brings that title back to the red brand. She's not here tonight. She's been given the evening off as a way, as Dan saying thank you to her for bringing that title to Raw. But tonight we're going to find out which one of these three young ladies are going to face off against Sasha Banks here on Raw next week at a chance at taking that title away from Sasha Banks. It's going to be Alexa Bliss, Emma, Bayley in this matchup. All three women not having the best time of late, and really, if we were being completely honest with ourselves, they're all having a terrible time of it at the hands of Sasha Banks. Alexa Bliss in the ring waiting for her fellow competitors, and it looks as though it's Emma now going to be making her way down to the ring. Emma, Bliss, Bayley all on losing streaks at present. It's not been the best of times for them in this new era of the WWE. Emma still believes though that it's all about her. She still wants to one day become the WWE Women's Champion, and if she could win this triple threat matchup tonight, she could be one step closer. But even if she manages to win this match, and the same goes for Bliss and Bayley, it is not going to be an easy matchup next week here on Monday Night Raw. Sasha Banks arguably these last few weeks has been the #1 superstar, whether that be man or woman, in the WWE. No one has been able to beat her since she was eliminated in that 6-woman Battle Royal, the first ever week under the new era. Since then, she's been on a dominant streak. She has taken out all choosers, and I'm sure she will want to do the same again next week against the woman that comes out of this match, the #1 contender. And Emma looking ready. And we now welcome Bayley, our resident hugger, into the matchup. And Bayley here sporting the red of Monday Night. She loves the red brand, and she has been tweeting out this week that she wants to do everything in her power to get back to winning ways and to show the WWE Universe that she deserves to be the next Women's Champion by becoming #1 contender tonight, beating Sasha Banks next week, and being our #1 lady here on Raw. And what a match we have in store, ladies and gentlemen. These 3 women not having the best time of it, like I've already said, but on their day all have the potential to be the very best and be the face of the women's division here on the red brand. The Universe are ready, Bliss ready, Emma up for the fight, and Bayley wanting to become the new #1 contender to the WWE Women's title. And here we go! And Bayley keeping herself away from the action as Emma takes down Bliss and beats away. And Emma now going to try and take control of Bayley. Very aggressive in these early stages of this matchup. And I think Bliss there being sensible, and if all 3 women manage to get a breather in this match, that is what they're going to need to do. Anything can happen in a triple threat. You've got to have eyes in the back of your head. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will just touch on that momentous match for the women's title at WWE Domination. For those that missed it, Sasha Banks is the new WWE Women's Champion, beating Paige at that big pay-per-view, the very first under the new ownership of CBTV. It was a hell of a night. I enjoyed myself, as did my co-commentator over on Smackdown Live. It was a hell of a show, we had a hell of a time, and we now know all of the superstars that hold the gold here in the WWE. And as far as this matchup is concerned, the only gold that matters to these 3 women is the WWE Women's Championship. And like I say, Sasha Banks beat Paige in what was the match of the night. A standout competition between both women. Paige did everything in her power, could not put Sasha Banks away. She had revenge on her mind after everything that had happened on Smackdown the week running up to WWE Domination. And in the end, those injuries to Paige's ribs and arm just got too much, and Sasha Banks put her away at the end of the match to become the new WWE Women's Champion. As we touch on the action now, and Bliss has managed to eliminate Bayley from the ring for the time being. She was going to work on Emma, but Emma, ever the aggressive woman in this match, manages to come back and throws Bliss to the mat. And Bayley now back into the ring and going to try to take some control of this match against Emma, but oh, that's a beautiful reversal there from Emma, flipping out of that chicken wing suplex. I'm all at sea with my words, I'm just excited, but what a DDT that was moments ago by Emma. I'm just very excited. Dan has blown me away with the announcement at the beginning of Raw here this evening. We are in for a hell of a night. Not only do we have the match at hand, we do have tag team action to decide who's going to face off against the Union next week in a #1 contenders match, with a chance to visit Smackdown and challenge the American Mavericks for the titles. Unbelievable that DJC has agreed to let a team from Raw go over to Smackdown and compete for those titles, but what other way do we have of doing it? They're cross-brand at the end of the day. How does a tag team from Raw manage to get their hands on those titles if they can't compete for them? And the same must be said about the WWE World Heavyweight title and WWE Women's titles, because the men and women over on the blue brand will want to compete for those titles with me and Cross brand, but unless Dan agrees to letting them come on Raw or appearing at his pay-per-views, how will they get their hands on those titles? It is all very interesting, and I'm sure in the coming weeks we will find out. But Bayley from the top rope with a beautiful drop kick there to Alexa Bliss. But as she got back to her feet, Emma, ever the opportunist, took control, and she goes to the top rope, and what a splash from Emma there to Bayley. She's trying to take control of the match while Bliss is out of the ring. She is not looking too clever out there. She is in a world of her own after that drop kick from Bayley, as Emma continues to take control of this matchup. Also later tonight, ladies and gentlemen, if you have joined us here on Raw a little late, we have Chris Jericho defending his Intercontinental title against Tyler Breeze, who, for those that see WWE Domination, you will already know he managed to beat Fandango in a huge match at the beginning of the pay-per-view, and the stipulation was that Fandango, should he lose, would be traded over to the blue brand. He will now be a Smackdown Live competitor. Tyler Breeze will not have to deal with him anymore, and Tyler Breeze has promised us all this evening that we will be seeing a brand new Tyler Breeze. And what a suplex there from Bayley into the turnbuckle, and she's going for the pin. 2 and a kick out from Alexa Bliss, digging down deep, keeping the match alive. Emma now going to go for a pin. 1, just the 1 count there on Bayley. And Alexa Bliss is struggling in this match. She has been at the brunt of the attacks of both Bayley and Emma so far. It's still early stages, there's still plenty of time, I'm sure, in this matchup. And a vicious crossbody into the turnbuckle there from Emma. And now she goes to work on Alexa Bliss. Hard shot there to the face, and another from Emma. She is in full aggression mode this evening. She means business, and what a drop kick there. She has been the most dominant to this point, but Bayley with a beautiful reversal there, throwing her into the corner. And now can Bayley try to take control? No, what a DDT from Emma there. And this, the number 1 contenders match to Sasha Banks' title, as Emma with the pin. 1, 2 and a kick out from Bayley. And as I touched on in the early stages of this match, as I was introducing all 3 women, none of them have had the best of times of late, as Emma now goes for a pin again. 1, and Bayley breaking that up. Like I was saying, not had the best of times, are all on losing streaks. There was a point where Emma was involved in a number 1 contenders match with Asuka. She would lose the match, but it meant nothing at the end of the day, because Sasha Banks ruined the party for both women, and as a result put Asuka out of action in that match too. And Emma to the top rope, but a beautiful crossbody there on Bayley, who is going to roll out of the ring and try and catch her breath and leave Emma to try to dissect Alexa Bliss, who gets her. That's a beautiful powerbomb again from Emma there. And Emma is starting to look a little exhausted, but she has been the aggressor. She's been the most active as she goes for the pin. 1, 2 and a kick out from Alexa Bliss. All 3 women showing the heart of a lioness, all showing the heart of a woman who wants to become number 1 contender, so that they can attempt to beat Sasha Banks here next week on Raw to become the new WWE Women's Champion. And Bayley back into the ring to break up the count there with a hard shot from Emma. A beautiful elbow. Going off the ropes, and a hard kick to the face of Bayley. And like I just said moments ago, Emma, you can see, catching her breath. She has been the aggressor. She's been the most active, and she goes for a pin on Bayley now, but Bliss quick to break that up. Not even a 1 count. Emma, though, still aggressive with every moment of this match. trying to attack Bliss, but oh, what a DDT from Bliss, and could this be the moment? Has she taken Emma out of this match? Could Bliss now be trying to push her ascendancy into the match, try and take control as Bayley with a beautiful back body drop there to Bliss, and she goes for the pin. 1, 2, a kick out. Hard shots from Bayley now, and you can see Emma, we can just see her head and shoulders still on the outside, and Bayley going for the pin. 2, and a kick out from Bliss this time. Emma back into the ring. And Bayley now, looks as though Bayley is going to try to take control of the match, and Emma in the corner, Bayley catching her breath, and now going to go for a beautiful suplex on Emma there. This match continues, ladies and gentlemen. All 3 women doing everything they can, but that's a beautiful hurricane runner from Emma. A surprise attack there on Bayley, who is rolling out of the ring. That's really taking it out of her, and Bliss now in the corner with Emma. A hard shot to the midsection, and Emma lining her up, and oh, it's that vicious crossbody to the corner again, and Emma is gonna pin Alexa Bliss here. 1, 2, and 3. Oh my God, Emma shocks the world. She shocks the WWE Raw roster. She is the new #1 contender to Sasha Banks' WWE Women's title. She said this was gonna happen. Whether it happened tonight, whether it happened next week, a month's time, she said she would become #1 contender, and she would then be one step closer to becoming the new WWE Women's Champion. And she has now put herself in the driver's seat to fulfill that wish, to fulfill that dream and become the new champion here on Raw. She was by far the most dominant woman in the match, by far the most deserving in my opinion. What an effort that was from Emma. And we see the action again, a beautiful powerbomb to Alexa Bliss, who, has to be said, received the majority of the offense and damage from Bayley and Emma. And there were many close falls in the matchup. You see one there, a 2 count, and in the end it was this that ended it. It was a beautiful crossbody into that turnbuckle, driving the wind out of Alexa Bliss's lungs, and you see the referee counting, yes, the 1, 2, 3, and Emma now will be challenging for the title next week here on Raw. We will be right back. We are now set for tag team action, and as you can hear and as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the first of the returning teams here tonight on Raw is the Revival. The Revival debuted not too long ago here on Raw, were raising havoc in the tag team division, but Dash Wilder would go and injure his elbow. They'd be put on the shelf for some time, but it would seem as though Wilder is over that elbow injury, and they are ready to dominate the tag team division again here on the red brand. They were and still are a hell of a tag team, the Revival, and they can dominate anybody on their day. The interesting part now is, who are we going to have facing the Revival? Who else is returning tonight here on the red brand? And oh my God, it's only the New Day, and this could make for a hell of a matchup, ladies and gentlemen, because these two teams do not like each other. But it is a New Day in the tag team division. Now, we have to wait and see, is Kofi with them? No, it would appear that Kofi Kingston is not coming out with Xavier Woods. and Big E in this match. For those that missed it, the Revival some months ago put Kofi Kingston out of action. A top rope, driving down onto the ankle. There was a chair wrapped around, broke the ankle of Kofi Kingston. It would appear that he is not ready to return to action just yet. He's not even fit enough to be here in the corner of the New Day, but Big E and Xavier Woods clearly want to get back to tag team action and get back to dominating the tag team division here on Raw. The longest reigning WWE champions, tag team champions I should say, of all time, and this could be a hell of a match. The Revival, the New Day, gonna fight it out with a chance to face off against the Union here on Raw next week, as Dash Wilder opens the action with a beautiful neck breaker there to Big E Langston. And like I've already touched upon, ladies and gentlemen, these two teams do not like each other. Dash Wilder, Scott Dawson putting Kofi Kingston on the shelf. And had it not been for the elbow injury that Dash Wilder suffered, that rivalry probably would have spiraled out of control, but they can reignite the flame in that rivalry here tonight, and I'm sure the New Day will feel like they have unfinished business with the Revival. And that was a beautiful kick there from Xavier Woods to the chops of Dash Wilder, and you can hear the WWE Universe still in love with the New Day, getting behind them. But oh my God, what a move that was there from Dash Wilder. The very strange but very aggressive offense of the Revival. You see there, Dash Wilder with the punch, and it distracted Xavier Woods for a moment there, as Scott Dawson now taking control of Xavier Woods. This is a high stakes matchup. It means everything to both teams. I don't think either team would want to start under the new ownership of CBTV with a loss. This is both teams' first appearance on Raw. They were both drafted here by Dan, and I'm sure not only will they want to win to go on to face the Union next week, but a W would help them impress the new owner here on Raw, because we all know Dan is not scared of making changes. He was happy to acknowledge the stipulation in Tyler Breeze and Fandango's match at WWE Domination and lost the superstar in Fandango to the blue brand, but at the end of the day he doesn't want losers here on the red brand. He only wants winners, so neither of these teams is gonna want to lose this matchup. They're going to want to impress the new owner, but not only that, like I just touched upon, this is for a chance to face off against the Union next week and go on to Smackdown Live to face off against the American Mavericks in a big tag team championship match. As Scott Dawson now really starting to feel it, and that's a beautiful DDT there on Xavier Woods that follows it up with a hard kick to the chest. Very aggressive is Scott Dawson, probably the more aggressive of the two men in the Revival, but they are a hell of a tag team. They read each other like books, they know each other like the back of their hands, as Xavier Woods now going for the pin, and just the one count there for Xavier Woods on Scott Dawson. And really, if we're being honest about this match, Big E Langston has to be the difference man. He's the biggest man in the ring, but he has some serious agility for a big man, some serious power. There's Scott Dawson there rolling out of the way, and he's going to try and take Big E down now. And no, that's a beautiful back body drop there, and Big E is just proving that power that I was just talking about to you, ladies and gentlemen, about. And Big E now going to try to impose himself, a hard kick to the stomach there, and a big punch to the back of Scott Dawson, trying to keep him grounded. Very smart strategy this from Big E, he's now going to go to the top rope. And what is Wilder thinking? He misses with the punch, but it was enough to distract Big E as Scott Dawson rolls out of the way, and he is now going to try to impose himself and take some control as, oh, a beautiful reverse suplex there from Scott Dawson. Beautiful move. And the Revival, ladies and gentlemen, are former WWE NXT Tag Team Champions on more than one occasion. They were very dominant down in NXT in its existence. Obviously, we don't have that brand anymore here in WWE. Dan and Darren both won. All of the superstars to prove themselves here on the main roster. There is no talent brand anymore. There is no platform to build your career, as Big E with a big back body drop there to Dash Wilder. You have to prove yourself on the main roster these days. Dash Wilder, a hard chop, and Xavier Woods just returning the favour there and follows it up with a snap suplex. He's now going to go to the top rope. High risk offense here from Xavier Woods, but he is going to fly, and that's a beautiful splash from Xavier Woods there to Dash Wilder. Oh, what an enziguri from Dash Wilder. That's a way to follow it up from the Revival there. What is Scott Dawson thinking here? Oh my God, he's just removed the cover there from the top rope of that turnbuckle, and that really could play a part in this matchup should the Revival be able to use that to their advantage, as Scott Dawson now taking control, and he's going to prove it. Oh my God, that's a hard whip into the corner, and Xavier Woods feeling the full force of that unprotected ring there from the corner, and he's got to be in a world of trouble. He's got to be in agony from that being removed. But he does follow it up, and that's a beautiful swinging DDT, and he's going to go for the pin. Can he get the 3 count? Oh, just a 1, and Scott Dawson kicks out. Oh, lovely offense there from Dawson of the Revival, and it's very back and forth in the early stages of this match, and again he whips him into that corner. Xavier Woods in a world of trouble every time his back is whipped off of that unguarded ring that holds the ropes together in the corner of the squared circle. He manages to reverse that though from Dawson, and he's gonna go high risk, and that's a beautiful swinging DDT from the middle rope there as Woods wisely tags in Big E. He's going to give himself a breather. Really was the brunt of the punishment from the Revival there for a while. He gave himself a chance with that DDT to Dawson though, and Big E now going up top. He's going to do some high risk of his own, and what on earth is he thinking here? Fall away slam from the middle rope on Scott Dawson. What a move from Big E, showing the power that he possesses. What a match we have here in store, ladies and gentlemen, as Big E goes for the pin. That's a 1, 2, and very close to a 3 count, but Wilder manages to get into the ring and break up the 3 count there. And like I was saying, a hell of a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. This is for a chance to go on to a #1 contenders match next week on Raw. The following week after that, the winning tag team of the Union or the New Day or Revival will then go on to face off against the American Mavericks, our brand new WWE Tag Team Champions, on Smackdown Live. And as I was saying that, Scott Dawson really has turned the tide with a beautiful chop to the knee of Big E, and he seems to be struggling somewhat with that knee. We all know that Big E in his footballing days blew out both his knees. Oh, what a move there from Dawson, using that exposed ring post to his advantage, and then followed it up with a DDT, and Wilder with the pin now, but just manages a 1 count there to Big E. What a match this has been, back and forth close pinfalls from both teams as they continue to exchange blows, and a beautiful overhead belly to belly from Big E. That is vintage Big E from the New Day there. He whips him into the corner, and what are they thinking? And they are gonna stomp away like unicorns. We have seen this many a time from the New Day. This is vintage New Day. The stomps to the chest, the quick tag in, it saps all life from the competitor being stomped on here. And Big E gonna whip Xavier Woods, and that's a beautiful drop kick to Wilder there. Is he gonna go for the pin? Can he get the 3 count? He does so. 1, 2, and Wilder manages to kick out. New Day in control at this moment in time in this matchup, but Wilder gonna try and come back, and oh, that's a hard rake to the eyes of Xavier Woods, and oh, another one there. Vicious attack this from Wilder, that's stomping away. He did not appreciate being stomped on there by the New Day, and he is gonna show them how much he disliked it. He's showing his aggression, he's showing that anger, that vicious side of the Revival here, striking away on Xavier Woods and just distastefully driving his head into the mat. Picking Xavier Woods apart is Dash Wilder here, but Xavier manages to come back with some offense of his own. A beautiful move there from Xavier Woods. Now he's going to have Wilder in the corner and hit a DDT to Wilder this time. Xavier Woods going for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out again from Wilder. Really is showing some grit and determination. Like I've already touched upon, neither team wants to lose this match. Huge stakes at hand. Win this match and you go on to a huge match next week here on Raw against the Union, who are unlucky losers at WWE Domination to the hands of the American Mavericks on Smackdown Live. Now obviously it's a very interesting time for the tag team brand here on Raw. There are no titles to speak of to go after. The titles now find their home on Smackdown Live as a result of the American Mavericks winning them. But SmackDown seem to have a rather understanding GM, because he's willing to let tag teams from Raw appear on that blue brand, appear on that show and compete for those tag team titles. As we know, the American Mavericks were punished a few weeks ago for their actions, and they will have to defend their tag team titles each and every week on SmackDown Live, and that is going to be a hell of a test for that new tag team that was only formed but 3 or 4 weeks ago on the blue brand, very similar to the Union here on Raw. As Wilder was trying to take control there, but Xavier Woods fighting back, something he's continued to do in this matchup. A beautiful snap suplex there, and Xavier Woods really starting to feel it in this match, starting to G himself up. He rolls into it. Oh, what a clothesline that is from Xavier Woods, and he goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, what was Scott Dawson doing? He could have interrupted the count. He didn't do so. And the New Day will be going on to face the Union here on Raw next week. What a match we were just treated to here on Raw, ladies and gentlemen. The two returning teams, but it's the New Day that come away with the W. The Revival will be leaving with the loss, and I'm sure they will be gutted at that, but that is redemption there for the New Day. I'm sure Xavier and Big E would both agree they've won that match not only for themselves, but they've done it for Kofi, the man that the Revival put on the shelf many months ago. And you see the clothesline again here. You can Dawson, he's out of it, he's all out of sorts on the edge of the ring, but as he gathers himself again, he's looking into the ring. The ref's on too, and maybe it was just a little late there for Scott Dawson to interrupt the count as the New Day win this match. Deserved winners, it has to be said, here on Raw. And oh my God, it's the Union. What are the Union doing here? Oh my God, they're attacking the New Day. Oh my God, what on earth has happened? The Union, everyone's favourites, attacking the New Day, sending a message. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. What shocking moments minutes ago, and shocking moments again. It's only the architect, the chosen one. It's Seth freaking Rollins, and he's here on the red brand tonight. Seth Rollins making his first appearance since being drafted by Dan to the red brand. Seth has not been seen since WrestleMania in the standout match that he had against the Game, Triple H. As you can see, he is still sporting the King Slayer t-shirt. He slayed the King, he won the match, he settled the score at WrestleMania, and now he is back, he is here on Raw. The landscape, ladies and gentlemen, has just changed for the better. It is so good to have Seth freaking Rollins back here on the red brand. Let's see what he has to say. And I just touched on that. He has returned. And it would seem that he did suffer more damage to that already injured knee at WrestleMania, and he was ordered by the doctor to take some time out. But it's nice to see that the doctor has cleared Seth Rollins to come back to action, and it would appear that he wants that title back. He wants the title around his waist, and he's happy that Kevin Owens won that title and has brought it back to the red brand. But oh my God, it's Dan. Dan is on his way down to the ring. Yes, he is. Dan, a second time tonight, showing his face, making an appearance as the WWE Universe erupts. Yes, it is nice to have him back, and I'm glad you agree, Dan. Oh, the boss is sending a message, the same message he's been telling everybody else, that they don't make the rules around here. He does, and I have to make him right. Wow, he's already got guys in mind for that match to be facing Kevin Owens, but it would look as though he has got an opportunity in mind for Seth Rollins. And is Seth gonna accept? You're damn right he is, and it would seem that Dan is happy about it. So next week, ladies and gentlemen, Seth Rollins is back in action here on Raw. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, to tune in to Smackdown Live each and every Thursday here on the CBTV network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and it is main event time, and as you can see, Tyler Breeze is on his way down to the ring, and it would appear that in distasteful fashion he's mocking his old tag team partner Fandango, as if it wasn't bad enough that he sent Fandango back into the blue brand. He's now going to mock him on his way down to the ring, and surely this man should be taking this moment a little more seriously. He has a chance to become the WWE Intercontinental Champion here tonight on Raw. All he has to do is climb that ladder, grasp the championship with both hands and pull it from above the ring, and he will be the new Intercontinental Champion. Instead, he chooses to prance around like a ballerina and mock his old friend and old tag team partner. What distasteful actions from Tyler Breeze. He's now ready, but the champ is now here, and Jericho is about to make Raw the Jericho Show, our new WWE Intercontinental Champion, winning his match at WWE Domination against Baron Corbin. The lights are off, but the lights are on Chris Jericho's sparkly new jacket. He's here and he's ready to defend his title. The WWE Universe erupt. They love this man, the veteran of the red brand. And I am sure that he is not going to want to drop that title this close to having just won it. Jericho has been on a mission since the new owners took over. He hasn't lost a match yet. He had an intense triple threat match where he became #1 contender. Went on to WWE Domination, beat Baron Corbin to become Intercontinental Champion once again. And in true Jericho style, wants to be a fighting champion and wants to defend that title whenever and wherever possible. And he starts that tonight here on Raw. It's all about this championship right here, the prestigious Intercontinental Championship. A huge opportunity for Tyler Breeze, a massive match for Chris Jericho, who has to prove that he is worthy of having that strap around his waist as the action begins with Tyler Breeze taking control. Now, before we get into the matchup, let's just touch upon what an evening we have experienced here on Raw. We started the show with Dan and his huge announcement of a #1 contenders match, that two of the champs decided to take the night off, that Jericho would be our main event. That is what we are watching right now, and also that the tag team division was going to be shaken up, because in 2 weeks' time a tag team will have the chance to face off against the American Mavericks, as Jericho with a huge powerbomb there. And I'm still not finished, ladies and gentlemen. Even with all that announced at the beginning of the night, even with Emma becoming #1 contender, even with the New Day beating the Revival to face off against the Union next week, Seth freaking Rollins decided to show up here on the red brand. He said he wants the title, but Dan said he has got to prove himself, as has everyone since Dan taken over, and that will be no different for Seth Rollins. He will be back in action. It has been confirmed here on Raw next week, as we see Tyler Breeze with a huge leg drop there to Chris Jericho, as this match is well and truly underway. And what a match Dan has given us here tonight as our main event on Raw. Chris Jericho versus Tyler Breeze for the Intercontinental Championship in a ladder match. And really, we have to agree that although Tyler Breeze may have been mocking Fandango on his way down to the ring tonight, he has upped his game of late. He has been taking things a lot more seriously since he parted ways from Fandango. He won the match at WWE Domination, and with those winning ways behind him, he more than deserves this shot here tonight on Raw. As Jericho misses that elbow drop, Tyler Breeze scattered him, rolled out the way, and he's now going to try to take control. And Tyler Breeze had said that once that he removed Fandango from his corner, removed that negative energy that he felt Fandango had over him, he would become a different man. He would reinvent himself, and he would eventually become a champion here on Raw. He's already begun the reinvention of Tyler Breeze. You can see a new look for him here in this matchup. He has a different attitude. The ego is still there. He proved that with his entrance tonight. It gets the better of him sometimes, but Chris Jericho knows all about that. Chris Jericho built his WWE career on ego. You need that ego if you're going to push forward. You need that arrogance if you're going to make something of yourself. And maybe, just maybe, Tyler Breeze could shock the world and win the Intercontinental Championship here from Chris Jericho tonight. As Chris Jericho now goes to work on Tyler Breeze, but he rolls out of the way, and He's going to whip him over the top rope, and this could be Jericho's moment here to take advantage as he is going to make his way towards one of those ladders. Is he going to attempt to get it in the ring, climb the many steps, and retain that title that he won just days ago? As Chris Jericho does do so now in the ring, setting that ladder up in the middle of the squared circle, but Tyler Breeze is back in. He attacks Jericho and throws him swiftly into the corner now, and Tyler Breeze is, oh my god, he whips Jericho into that ladder and in a dazed state receives a forearm to the back of the head, and Tyler Breeze is really in control of this matchup here, and what a matchup it has been to this point. Tyler Breeze is putting up a fight. He is putting up more than a fight than I truly expected of him so far in this matchup, but Jericho now fighting back with all the might in his soul, in his heart. He doesn't want to drop the title just yet. He wants to reign supreme. And a DDT, a vicious DDT there from Tyler Breeze, who now collects the ladder himself. And he's got to set it up. Is he going to climb the ladder? Is he going to attempt to get that belt? He does so. He's to the top and he has it in his hands. He's got it in his hands, but Jericho, he's back to his feet. He's fighting. Forearms to the back of the legs. Another. Jericho fighting hard here. Hard shots to Tyler Breeze, and now he's got him. Oh my god, a vicious powerbomb from the top of that ladder from Chris Jericho there to Tyler Breeze, and Jericho now to the top rope, he's calling for Tyler Breeze to get back to his feet, and oh, a beautiful crossbody there from Chris Jericho, driving Breeze to the mat, and Jericho now, is it his turn? He's got his hands on that belt. Can he prize it? Can he prize it away? He's having trouble. He really is. He's had all the time in the world. Why is Jericho finding it so hard? He's having trouble prizing that belt from the strap up there, and Breeze back to his feet, pushes the ladder from underneath, and oh my god, a beautiful move there from Tyler Breeze, regaining control of this match. And he's now going to try to take control now that Jericho is down. But what on earth is he thinking here? He's climbing to the top. Oh my god! What an elbow drop there from Tyler Breeze to Jericho. And Breeze again has the belt in his hands. But Breeze, a lot like Jericho moments ago, is having trouble undoing the strap and getting it free from that harness that holds it. As Jericho here, he's trying to force the ladder from underneath Breeze, and he does so, and oh my god, Tyler Breeze, oh the universe, that's a sickening thud. But Jericho has set that ladder back up, but just moments ago, a sickening thud there from Tyler Breeze falling. He was hanging on to the championship and fell down directly on his back onto that ladder, and Jericho now calling Breeze to his feet, but Breeze ducks and Jericho collides with the ladder. Oh my god, Tyler Breeze, very aware of his surroundings. It's a miracle that he's even on his feet at this moment after landing on that ladder in such horrific fashion just moments ago, and a hard kick to the face of Jericho, and carries on with a beautiful reverse DDT there, and Tyler Breeze really is in control. He has wrestled a great match to this point, put up an awesome fight, but when the prestigious Intercontinental Championship is at stake, you pull all of the stops out of the bag. And he's on the top rope, and a beautiful elbow there to Jericho, who's down on the mat again. And can Tyler Breeze set this ladder up, take full advantage, and get that championship into his hands and grasp onto that belt? But again, he's gonna go to the top of the ladder, high risk, and another elbow drop to Chris Jericho. Surely that has to be it. And Tyler Breeze going for the championship again. He has to stretch. The ladder isn't quite underneath the championship. He is at a bit of a stretch here, trying to prize it away. He doesn't have a full grip, and Jericho is back to his feet. Jericho pushing the ladder from under Tyler Breeze again, and Jericho, oh, a beautiful electric chair drop there from Chris Jericho, who now is going to climb to the top rope himself. High risk offense from Y2J, but he misses again. Chris Jericho has tried that on numerous occasions in this match, missed every time, and his body is taking a hell of a beating here in this matchup as Tyler Breeze proceeds to set the ladder up again and climbs to the top. And Jericho climbing up there too. And can he stop Tyler Breeze? Strikes to the stomach here on Tyler Breeze. Beautiful from Chris Jericho. Oh, and a hard shot to the face. And Jericho now to the top of the ladder. Oh my God! Misses the elbow drop from all but 15 foot high. Oh my God, Chris Jericho! How on earth is he back to his feet? Can he stop Tyler Breeze? Once again, he does. He's up to the top. Elbows, shots to the stomach. And another forearm from Chris Jericho driving Tyler Breeze from the top of that ladder. And he has a firm grip now. Can he get the belt? Can he claim it for himself? Can he retain the Intercontinental Championship here? Chris Jericho just moments away. Surely Tyler Breeze is barely moving at the foot of that ladder. Chris Jericho retains. Chris Jericho is still your WWE Intercontinental Champion. What a match here on Raw. What a night it has been here on the Red brand. As you see the replay there, Jericho retaining the prestigious Intercontinental title. What a night it has been. Retained for Jericho. That is it from us. Like, subscribe. We'll be back next week.